Lizzie Anform. How are you?
Hi, thank you for having me. I'm doing well.
Oh my goodness, we're so excited to talk to you. First of all, we're already really envious. I'm a huge Rose Byrne fan. This guy's a huge Seth fan, and we're like, what? She gets to be with both of them? What's going on? So we got all kinds of questions for you about them, but we're super pumped. I mean, you've been doing this forever, and you've already got a lot of experience under the belt. That's amazing, right there.
Thank you. Yeah, when I was about like 4, I started modeling. I was doing that when I was younger. And then I honestly don't remember a time when I wasn't like acting or trying to act.
Yeah.
My mom's told me that I used to tell her that I wanted to be like the people on TV. And so that's when I kind of switched into that like aspect of it instead of the modeling. But yeah, I just always remember wanting to do it.
Oh, that's so exciting, though. And I mean, what specific shows or what movies did you like watch growing up? And you're like, oh, that's what I want to be. That right there.
I watched a lot of Disney Channel.
For sure.
That was when I was little. That was like the epitome of like that was everything. The Disney Channel stars, which now maybe not as much, but that's definitely what I was striving for when I was like 5.
I love that. That's so fun, though, because, yeah, there is a lot of, there's a lot of stars that come from Disney Channel, and they're just, like, massive right now. Because, I mean, you think about Zendaya, and, I mean, Zac Efron, like, all of these different people. So that could be you one day, and we're looking forward to it. But, yeah, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I think you're going to enjoy the industry because we are also filmmakers ourselves, so we come across a lot of people, and we're actually coming up on our 200th guest on the podcast. And so, like, luckily we've encountered a lot of friendly people, so hopefully you've experienced the same thing.
Yes, like every set I've been on, everybody's just so friendly, like so nice. It's hard to come across a person who isn't, I feel.
Right, because it's like the dream job. How can you not be happy when you're doing it, right? It's just like one of those cool things. So I got to say, since the Disney Channel was such a big influence and everything, are you one of those that sings also? Are you like a cross performer, like you can bring it all?
I don't like to say I'm a singer because I haven't taken classes. I'm not like, don't do it like professionally, but I do play guitar.
Oh, okay.
And I write like songs. So I like music and I like singing, but I wouldn't say I'm a singer.
so modest. She's very modest. It's like, well, I play the guitar, I write songs, and I can hold a tune, but I'm not a singer. That's so funny. So yes, check.
Right. I love it. Well, I mean, let's talk about your new show that you have out right now. So it came out last week. So we're super excited to talk about it. The first 3 episodes are already on Apple TV Plus. Platonic. Oh my goodness. I think, you're dynamic because you play a character who is the older sister to 2 younger siblings. And I kind of relate to that a little bit because I grew up in a household where I was the oldest. And so was it like that on set? Were you kind of like the big sister to the younger siblings?
I love kids. I have a lot of cousins and stuff. So working with Sophia and Max, those are the 2 kids who play my siblings. It was so fun. We immediately hit it off, and we'd play like apples to apples during like between takes and stuff. That was the game that we played a lot. And they're just the best. Like I was definitely like kind of like the big sister, like Francesca, who is one of the creators on the show and also wrote and directed it. And she always told me that I was like worked so well with them, and that like because they're also younger, so like having them on set. But she was like, "Oh, you keep them under control."
That's fantastic. Well, and that's awesome because you said you had a lot of cousins and everything. So no siblings yourself?
I do. I have a little brother, but he's closer in age to me. He's about to turn 13. So
I got you. So this was like your first kind of experience with much younger kids than you, right?
Yeah, I mean, like my cousins are like their age, which is why it kind of reminded me of them. But yeah, like working with them so much, it was definitely a different sibling dynamic than what I have.
Oh, that's awesome, and I love that the adults like put that responsibility or trust in you, saying, oh, you're going to be great. You'll be able to handle them. You'll be able to kind of keep everything. That's awesome. That says a lot about you and the type of person you are. You must have impressed them very much to be able to say, she's not only going to do awesome for herself, but she's going to be able to help us with the other kids too. That's amazing. So that's really cool. And you can see that. You can kind of just see you have this like joy when you talk about it. I have to ask, because I'm a huge Rose Byrne fan, is she as awesome and epic as I think she is? Please tell me yes.
She is the best. So working with her was like amazing. I was such a fan when I went in. Like, I love Bridesmaids and everything that she does, but she's so down to earth. She's so sweet. Like with me and all the other kids, she was just like, she'd talk to us and she didn't make us feel like we were like less than. We were just part of the group, and it felt so nice working with her. She's the best.
Oh, I love that. That's so good because, you only want the best from, what you go to work to do and be on set and all the fun stuff. So were you in school while filming? Like, did you have to take breaks and stuff for school?
So we filmed during the summer, but we started in May. So we started doing school, and then by the summer we didn't. But we did have a set teacher, Miss Laura, who was there the whole time, even in the summer, which she is the absolute best. Also, like she was the one that brought all the games, and we'd play during like the summer. But yes, during the school hours, we'd have like allotted hours that we had to go and spend doing school, which for me was easy because I do online school. So it's all like on the computer. So I just do my assignments during those hours and get them done and then go back to work.
Awesome. So I have a question, because I think that there's a lot of people who don't understand like the logistics of when there's children on a set and how that works. And there's rules for that, right? Like you guys are limited to how many hours you can actually be in front of the camera, right? Or on set. Talk about a little bit about that and how that works. And then I guess why that transition from child actor to adult actor, it's such a thing. Talk about that, because I know we have a lot of people your age that listen that are aspiring to maybe get into the career. So
working as a kid is definitely different than the adults, like because they can work however long they want to. They can work in the middle of the night, they can work whenever, whereas we have the hours. It's also based on age. So Max, who played my brother, him and I were in an age range where we could work, I don't remember, 10 hours maybe, but then Sophia, my little sister, could work like an hour or two less than us. So one of the days we shot all the scenes, and then she had to leave, so we had like a stand-in that looked like her. She sat there, and sometimes I would be like, Sophia, you came back, because she looked just like her. But like the hours, it's definitely hard because, like sometimes they're like, oh, we can't do another take because you guys have to leave because it's locked. I understand why they're there, but I'm also like, no, I want to keep working.
Well, and then because you are limited, like you said, maybe 10 hours, but like you just said, you also during that block, you have to set aside a block for, I have to do school too, right? So it's even, wow. And how you balance that, or man, I guess it's good time management, right?
I love that. And I mean, we talk a lot about mental health and trying to keep pressure off of ourselves as well. So as a young actress in her own right, you are in the room where a lot of notable stars are. So how do you keep the pressure off yourself? Because you are a very bubbly individual. So how do you stay so happy and so like motivated when working?
Yeah, it's definitely hard. There's definitely a lot, especially when I first went in, there was a lot of like stress, like, oh my God, these are such big names. And I'm like, I want to be good, I want to impress them, but pretty soon it didn't even feel like I was working. It didn't even feel like I was with these like crazy people, because it felt so like nice on set, just with everybody. It just felt like I was hanging out with friends. Like didn't even feel stressful anymore after like the first 1 or 2 days.
Well, and I think that kind of goes back to what you said about Rose, who just kind of had the conversation, sat down and said, hey, you're an equal and you belong here and we're going to treat you like that. And that probably went a long way too, to make you feel that way. Yeah. So on the flip side of that, because you got this, right, and you're rocking and rolling, how do you maintain a positive attitude and kind of like, upbeat and positive in an industry where it's really, you audition a lot, but you don't get a lot. Yeah. So how do you stay upbeat and not get down on yourself when you don't get roles, when you go a stretch without getting anything?
It's hard. It's very hard. A lot of times I get very like stressed about it. I'm like, oh, I'm never going to work again. because you do so many auditions, but especially at my age, because of the laws, it's easier for them to cast 18-year-olds to play the high schooler because they can work however long they can.
Right.
So it's definitely hard to like be constantly auditioning and then seeing other people get it. But I try and like think about how lucky I am to get the opportunities I get. That like there were people who auditioned for Platonic and didn't get it, that I had the opportunity to do that. So I try and focus on that rather than the things I'm not getting.
Wow.
That's such a mature answer.
Yeah.
I love that because, I mean, you may only be the age you are, but you have the mind, I feel like, of some 19-year-olds who are out there because there are some very immature people we've come across. And so you're very mature for your age. So that's always refreshing. It gives us hope for younger America. It gives us hope.
And understanding the business.
Yeah.
Because what you just said shows that you understand the business. It's like it makes more sense to hire an adult to play this kid because they can work more hours. I mean, we're friends with Riley B. Smith, who played on Scorpion, and he ran into that problem as he started to get older. He was still a kid, but not quite old enough, and he was in that gap where nobody would really hire him because you're too old but too young, and so it was one of those. So for you to understand that at such an early age and get, hey, it's business, that's amazing.
Thank you. Yeah.
Of course. And I mean, I think it's going to be a really big hit because right now there is a lot of drama shows that are very popular, but there's not a lot of the comedy, the lighthearted stuff. And so I think, to have something like this to where people can just sit back and laugh with their family, their friends, and be able to, just have a good time and not be so engulfed in like a certain crazy situation. So I'm really excited to see how the series goes along, and I'm hoping for a season 2. Definitely, Apple does really good with giving a lot of these shows recognition, right? Yeah, definitely. I love Apple TV has like some of my favorite shows, like especially in the comedy genre. They like Ted Lasso, all of those shows I love, and I'm so happy that I get to be a part of the next one. Exactly.
I do like drama shows a lot, but the comedy shows are also nice to like have that break to just not have to think about it, to just watch and laugh.
So, okay, well, so I love that. So you like drama, you like comedy. So give us a gig that you're just totally dying to do. Like, what's a project that you like, you would just really, really want that you haven't been able to do yet?
I want to do something like, because I do like drama. It's kind of funny that I got like a comedy show because people have always told me that like, oh, you'd be great in like some drama thing, but that's not what I got. But I do want to do like something that's like more in like, not necessarily like dramatic, but just more grounded, I guess. I think that would be a different kind of pacing, and I think it would be a fun opportunity to do.
Oh, sure. Most definitely. And I mean, you have so many people to look up to in this industry. There's so many great actors and actresses doing amazing things. So what actor or actress would you like to work with in the future? Because this is a big one. I mean, of course, you can give us like a handful. You don't have to give us that number one person.
That's hard. And, I love, this is going to come across very strange for my age. I love Lost, the show.
Oh.
That's like my favorite show. So a lot of the actors from that, I want to work with. Like Elizabeth Mitchell's my favorite actress, and I would love to work with her one day. Or like, I think from that, honestly,
that's awesome.
That comes to mind.
So I got it because you seem very intelligent, and now that you've dropped Lost on me, I'm totally baffled. I have to know, what were your thoughts? Were you confused? Were you like, what are they doing these first couple seasons, and then they went totally off track, and then they tried to bring it back? Were you with all of us? Like, what's going on?
It was easier because I was binge watching it, which I know is easier than like having to wait.
Oh yeah.
And stuff, because there's so many like little things that connect later on that like watching that 2 months later would be different than watching it a few days later like I did. But I've watched it like twice now, so I'm definitely connected more of the dots now.
That's awesome. That's
I
awesome.
love that. Yeah, because I mean, Lost is definitely one of those TV shows where you feel like is like a pop culture phenomena, right? Like, there's so many people that, you know, other than like Sopranos and like these different type of drama shows, that this was completely different than really anyone else had ever seen. It's kind of like Gilligan's Island takes a little bit of a darker turn type of thing. So, I mean, that's really fun. I love that. I know for me, I'm a huge Friends fan. So I would absolutely love to work with anybody of the original 6 cast members. I mean, of course. But they're so like superstar now. I mean, you got like Paul Rudd, who's like Ant-Man and like doing all these different things. And I'm like,
Paul
maybe
another one. I love him.
Yes.
I would love him.
Well, so speaking of Paul Rudd, right? Evangeline Lilly, who's Wasp, who was on Lost. I could totally see you as a little Evangeline Lilly or a daughter of Evangeline Lilly. That would be awesome. Maybe you go. Maybe that would be pretty cool to happen.
we'll start that social media campaign for you.
Right.
We'll try to make it happen.
That would be amazing.
I love it. Well, what do you like to do on your free time? Because it seems like you are a very busy gal. So we want to know, what do you do on your free time to have some fun and try to, you know, just de-stress from everything else that's going on?
Like I said, I do a lot of music. I like playing guitar and stuff. I also write a lot. I write songs. I write scripts.
Oh, nice.
I write, like, stories. I just like writing and reading too. I'm very into creative things more than like other things, which I guess is why I'm in this field. But
it makes complete sense. So would you see yourself writing one day, maybe writing a script, stepping behind the camera?
I love everything behind the camera too. I love writing, directing, like everything in like film and all of that. I just think is so awesome. And acting is where I'm at right now, and I do love acting, but one day being able to do all of it, I think would be such an awesome opportunity.
So I'm seeing a production company in your future.
Yes.
I'm thinking somebody's starting a production company and she's going to start writing material for herself. And like, that's awesome. I love that. It's so often now we're coming across people your age who are already out there. Like I have these plans, I have these goals, I know where I'm focused. And I think that's so smart because unfortunately, this industry is kind of one of those where you can age out of it. And if you don't have a plan to move behind the camera when that happens, you're kind of like, uh-oh, what do I do? So I love that you guys are so far ahead of the game with that. That's amazing. Okay, you've brought up music 2 or 3 times now, and you say you write and kind of thing. So we found out favorite star. What about musician? Do you have like a favorite type of music or a favorite musician?
Yeah, I love Taylor Swift. I saw her last weekend, and it was so awesome.
Oh, yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, but yeah, I love her. Phoebe Bridgers is one of my favorites.
That's really cool.
Yeah, I like very like the singer-songwriter kind of route, which kind of works in with my what I like. I like the like slower kind of things. A lot of times I'll play my music and people will be like, I feel like I'm falling asleep. I'm like,
that's so funny. So was it like a 3.5 hour concert?
Yeah, plus like 5 hours with Phoebe Bridgers was opening for her.
Right.
And stuff. It was super long, but very worth it.
I was about to ask, definitely worth it. I could tell because you get really excited about it. I absolutely love that. Well, I mean, we also want to know, because you do have a sibling and you do have family. So what does your family do? Like, what does your mom and dad do?
Yeah, my dad is a producer for like sports shows.
Nice.
Oh, very cool.
Like, yeah, and my mom does editing. She edits like reality TV.
Wow.
So yeah, it's similar. It's in the vein of what I'm doing. Not so we're definitely like kind of a family that has interest in like that kind of profession, I guess is the word.
Yeah, an industry family. You guys are in the industry. So yeah, that's amazing. I have to say, so we want to give props to your parents and kudos to the parents because you are very well-mannered, well-educated, informed, like just delightful human being. And that's all kinds of credit to them for raising you the way they have, because clearly you are a well-adjusted young woman. So kudos to them. Good job. Do you guys like try to like, so when you take your breaks, right? Because being an industry family, do you like when, okay, we're going to go on vacation and we're going to get as far away from industry as we can. What do you guys like to do as a family? Like,
Oh, I love Hamlet. I mean, we do watch a lot of TV.
Well, that's okay.
Yeah, we watch a lot of stuff. That's like our main thing that like everyone's like, okay, get off your computer, Grayson. That's my brother.
Yeah.
Like, come on, we're watching something. We do like my dad's a big sports guy, so we do like to like go and play basketball or whatever and stuff. So
That's
Awesome.
really fun. What shows do you guys watch together?
ooh, we're watching Ted Lasso right now, which is about to end.
Yeah.
A few weeks ago, we did The Last of Us. We
Nice.
did
Oh, yeah.
that, which that was really good. I like that.
Yeah, that's a really good one.
Yeah.
We had a few people from Ted Lasso on. We had not Ted Lasso, The Last of Us. I got them mixed up. But yeah, they were really cool people. We had the nurse from the first episode who was going back and forth, and then the guard in the first episode who was going back and forth with Pedro. And I was like, what was it like to get punched in the face by Pedro Pascal? He was like, it was pretty fun. It was pretty fun.
Yeah.
Well, listen, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.
You were an absolute gem. We cannot thank you enough. And you are really just so mature for your age. I didn't tell you, but she set this whole thing up. Like, it was her and I going back and forth corresponding. So,
Really?
yeah.
Really? So a true industry. I mean, a writer, producer, director. She's going to own the production company. She's going to manage, maybe a talent manager. I mean, like, who knows, publicist. Just put it all out there. I feel like you can do it all. That's amazing. Well, kudos. Well done. It was a very good job.
you.
And yeah, so
Of course. Well, listen, take care. Thank you again so much. Oh, and it's all about social media now. So where can people follow you?
You can follow me on Instagram at sophie.jjae.leonard. It's my full name.
Fantastic. Again, thank you so much. Take care, and we'll talk to you soon, okay?
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, right. Talk about inspiring right there.
I mean, I'm just blown away. This is now like, what, 2 out of the last 3 weeks when we've interviewed people this age, how unbelievably grounded and knowing they are in the industry.
Yeah.
They have, I'm going to do this and this and this behind the camera. And I'm just blown. When I was that age, I was still trying to figure out lunch.
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking about starting a production company.
No, not at all.
I'm like, what am I doing with my life? And these people, it's amazing.
It
It's
really
so
is.
inspiring.
I was so happy to hear her just talk about like the reality of it, you
Yeah.
know, and being
Yeah.
able to be so knowledgeable about, you know, I'm only this age, so I can work this amount of hours, and people this age can work this much. And like, I just felt like, you know, that's what you need for any actor who is trying to get into it, you know, especially if you're a parent trying to have your kids start acting. That's definitely something to look into. So just, wow, so intelligent.
Oh, unbelievable. This is the way to do it, guys and gals. Grown-ups, too. If you are trying to get into the industry, do it like this.
Exactly, exactly. Thank you again, Sophie, for coming on the show.